Yo, 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 Real Rap Coalition, we back with another episode. This one is late. If y'all was watching the Red Dead Redemption 2 shit, I was trying to keep y'all posted on when we'll do this one, but we finally had time to go ahead and knock this out. Uh, but before we go into all of that, we're going to introduce ourselves and then we got a sponsor video for y'all. Uh, my name is Black Ass Roots. Who else we got?
I disagree with Roots, man. The podcast is never early nor late. It arrives precisely when it means to. I am the main character. However, in this specific instance, I have fallen off my job and I would like to apologize to the fans. But you know what would have helped me? If I got some W energy, man.
Yo, need that extra kick to keep you lit all day? W Energy got you covered. This ain't your average energy drink. W brings that focus and energy with no crash, perfect for leveling up your grind. They're teaming up with the Real Rap Coalition to hook you up with a deal you can't miss. For September, use code Real Rap to get 20% off your W order. Don't sleep, order now.
Hell yeah, goddamn. This pick was on me. I chose Captain Phillips. This came out in 2013. This is based off of real events that happened in 2009 with the hijacking of the something Alabama. I know it's something Alabama. I can't remember the first part of that shit.
Yeah, the other word is like weird. It's like Mayorsk or some shit.
It's like some German shit or like Canadian or some shit like that. I don't know. But yeah, this was, I want to say, around the time that Somalian pirates was getting the most jiggy. But I mean, they still active out there in the seas right now. So, but they ran down on this one particular boat with Captain Phillips on it, hijacked that bitch, kidnapped this bitch ass, and they got their shit lit the fuck up. So, yeah, man. One thing that I noticed. So I actually went back and watched a documentary on like the actual events. There were some inconsistencies, not a whole lot, but they kind of painted Captain Phillips to be a little bit more heroic than what he actually was. Not to say that he was a bitch ass nigga, but they made him seem like a tough guy at one point, and that's not him at all.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you gotta play that shit to like the fucking Hollywood standard and shit, but like any real regular person, bro. Like I'm getting hijacked by motherfuckers with AK-47s and I ain't got shit, bro. Like I'm probably not gonna just press they issue that much.
Yeah, nah, for real. Most definitely. The particular part that I'm talking about, spoiler alert by the way, but towards the end of this movie, they when they were still lining up the shot, this is right before Captain Phillips got his ass whooped real bad and tied up. They had him try to fight like the toughest one, like the toughest Somalian nigga there. And that didn't happen at all. He did try to jump out and swim down or whatever. But in the movie, after they caught him, they beat his ass, went to tie him up, and he went to fighting back. That's not what happened. He tried to jump out. He swam. They caught him, tied his ass up, nigga cried like a bitch, and then they got the shots lined up. One other thing that they should have put in this hole that I thought was dope as fuck, the third shot that they lined up, dude just so happened to stick his head out the window to try to like get some air or spit or some shit like that. And then just in that half a second, they popped his dumb ass.
I was about to say them like militarily trained snipers and shit, boy, they don't play. Them motherfuckers, like I used to watch shit about like, you know, like they would have shows on the military channel or whatever about like snipers that hit the longest kills and like had these different accolades about them. Boy, some of them motherfuckers will sit in the same spot in some mud or in some grass or some shit for hours and days, bro, just waiting on they opportunity and shit. They got a small ass window. These motherfuckers are not playing, bro. And you know, all salute to the pirates and shit. But you just like a dirty motherfucker with gingivitis and a chop, bro. Like you don't stand a chance.
Yeah, nah. It made me think of. I think it's called American Sniper. That's one of my favorite war movies. But dude, really pissing in a jar, like shitting in the corner of a fucking abandoned house
Yep.
over in fucking Iraq, just popping niggas, bro.
Yep. And
That
that's
shit's
really how it
crazy as
be.
fuck. And
But
to put this shit in perspective, they're on two separate boats that are both in the water. Them bitches
rocking
bobbing up and
with the
down,
waves.
rocking with the waves and shit. They are lining up 3 consecutive, not even consecutive, simultaneous shots. They all have to pull the trigger at the exact same time. Because if they don't, that's the difference between Captain Phillips dying, whether they shoot him on accident or these Somalians say, fuck this shit and air his ass out. That shit
But
fire
like,
as fuck,
so
bro.
I mean, other, like you addressed it a little bit, like the portrayal or whatever. But how did you feel about Tom Hanks as Captain Phillips? Like it's the first time. It's crazy oversight. I don't remember what episode this is. It's rolling in the ticker at the bottom. I'm not looking at my phone, but it's taken us, that plus about 3 amount of weeks to get a Tom Hanks movie on the podcast. That's kind of
Which is
crazy.
absolutely insane. If you ask me, Toy Story should have been at the absolute top of the list of this fucking tournament for the crash course. But shout out
Man,
Ocean.
hey,
We're gonna
I
get to
watched Toy Story get beat by some bullshit in the first
that.
round, boy. It was just autistic nonsense happening. I was pissed.
But yeah, no, the fact that we took so long to get to Tom Hanks is crazy, but I think this is a really good showing for him. Like if we were to have some like, I don't know, scores or rating stats or anything like that for like the top niggas that we've had on this show, he's definitely scoring very high with his first entry, bro. This
That
shit was hard.
motherfucker, like he, you begin the movie and you get to see a little glimpse of him and his, insecurities as a family man and whatnot, his worries and whatnot. It's the human element. And then the rest of the movie, basically, you see him as an unwilling victim. He's making plays and whatnot. But I think what, is cold about him is that he, at least for the first half of the movie or so, he is in control of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like he's watching out. Everybody else is fucking off. He's the one that notices, oh, these folks is running up on us. Oh, you know what I'm saying? All right, so here's they finna come up here, and here's what y'all gonna do. Here's the plan and shit. Like he is taking his role as a captain very seriously.
Right.
And I think that's fire. But like it's just like I say, I said it before the camera started rolling. The perspective of this movie, it being a documentary and whatnot, is very unique, I think, because like documentary stories normally you see like a regular story. Like this is a suspense type of movie. You know what I'm saying? It's a thriller, if you will, where like you're basically watching someone and their experience with something that they are pretty much outmatched with,
Right.
and just hoping for their rescue. It's kind of the same idea as like a horror movie, but like here, horror movies follow fucking specific tropes and shit and patterns. So, here you're not exactly sure what's going to happen next if you don't know the actual story,
Right. To go back to the well, to piggyback off what you said, I don't think the true victim thing really came in until he got like kidnapped by himself. But from the point that they jumped on the boat to that point of him getting kidnapped, I think he held himself very well. I think he played an amazing role as a captain. He made sure that his men were safe. He conveyed everything the way that he needed to.
He's
He
making
made sure he
secret plans
defused
and shit
everything.
about like, oh, a
Right.
motherfucker ain't wearing no shoes. Put some glass on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
hey,
he made sure he said that shit in the walkie-talkie so they could hear it. Like that's just fire, bro. Like he really secret quarterbacking that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit with the even from the time that they pulled up. First of all, the bullshit of he got the email or whatever about, hey, if you're getting attacked by pirates, call this number. He called a number, they don't pick
they
up.
not answering. Like,
That's bull. I don't even understand that.
I'm
But
about to say that's the fucking government, bro. That's the military and shit. Like, how the fuck are you not
you know what?
available?
You know what? Now that I think about it, I didn't have to type, not in these situations, but I didn't had to make some phone calls to some government buildings and they just not pick the fuck up. And this is while I was in the military. So I completely understand that shit. Sometimes
Bro, this is
that shit just
absolutely
bad.
filthy. It is one thing if a motherfucker is calling and they're like, oh, like they're calling a government building trying to get a form for their taxes and shit. It is
Yeah.
another thing if I am under attack by men with firearms and shit stuck out at sea. Pick up the fucking phone, bitch. What's wrong with you?
Nah,
Like,
most definitely. To rewind back a little bit, I did like how they showed the pirates pulled up the first time, they were unsuccessful. Then they had a little powwow in the break room and shit. And the niggas that are like the contract workers, like, bro, I'm not a fucking soldier. We ain't got no blicks on this hoe. We are moving cargo, bro.
which is such a
not what I
crazy
signed up
thing.
for.
Like, how would you? I mean, I guess it was a different time, but like, you going out to sea with no type of weapon, bro? Like you.
And at that point, they already knew about these attacks.
Yeah, like he says, hey, you were sailing around the Horn of Africa. What did you think it was finna be? So you know what this is. You know they get jiggy out in them waters. Like
Facts.
and you out there with man.
What's crazy? So in the documentary, they showed the buildup of how they got to that point. They were actually the reason why that other boat was, though it seemed far away, it was actually relatively close. The reason that other boat was out there is because that's their post to guard that other side of that water, closer to the other border of Somalia. And the reason why the Somalians were able to catch the other boat is just because they said, "Oh, y'all got this corner locked down. We just gonna go to the right." Mm-hmm. That's all they did. We just gonna run the ball the other way.
And that like is within current, at least being in America, you don't see it as often. Like there's riots and uprisings and things, but there's not really a just specific, like many specific groups that are just able to be uncontrolled by the military for the most part, like to such an extent. It really kind of hits home
from a domestic point, most definitely.
Yeah, like in the same vein that the IRA existed in Ireland and shit. Like this is like a type of thing. Like these pirates are like, I didn't see them with a bunch of cold technology throughout here, bro. They got big ass jugs of juice, a chopper, and a fucking gas can on a boat with 2 motors, and they pulling up, taking $1 million worth of shit over, bro. And like the government, out there, like within Africa and the surrounding areas, are just not able to do nothing with these folks, man.
To go to the point where America was down on the scoreboard, bro. Like this whole kidnap the captain shit, that wasn't some on the fly shit. That's in case we can't get this whole boat, we just gonna snatch the captain up, take him back to Somalia, and they're gonna pay to release this nigga.
Yep.
And they were scoring like that, bro. America was dropping off
millions of dollars. This was not their first time doing this shit.
Bro, America was dropping off millions of dollars to pay these niggas to give they fucking captains and the captives back, bro. Like that shit's crazy as fuck.
And then I'm about to say, and like motherfuckers had such a volatile infrastructure and shit. Well, I'll be honest. I'm watching this movie. You know what I'm saying? I can't read none of the subtitles, so it's the same thing as like I'm watching Human Centipede, just hearing angry like Germans yelling at each other or some shit. Yeah. That's what this is. I'm just hearing a bunch of like foreign language and they yelling at each other and shit. I don't know what the fuck they're saying. I don't think it matters. I think that it's the inflection that I can tell. This ain't some good shit. But the point I was finna get to is that like at one point, I guess Buddy was getting on the main dude ass and shit, and he got this gun. He's like, hey bro, like I'll really blow this bitch right now. Buddy beat him with a wrench and became the de facto leader of the Somalian pirates as a result.
Beat him, clocked him one dumbass time.
Stairs, like.
Like so I think Muzi is his name. They call him Skinny, and it's because he's so small and shit. But they assume that because he's small, he a bitch or something. So niggas started talking to him like he a bitch because the nigga was like, man, your boat fucked up. And Muzi was like, let us just use your boat then. Let us use your motor. And he kind of waved that shit off. Skinny was like, bro, it sound like you scared, bro. It sound like you scared to go back out there. Niggas started waving the blick around like, bro, you think I'm scared? I ain't no bitch. I ain't no pussy. I'll kill your ass right now. Nigga Skinny said, all right. Bashed his dumb ass with a monkey wrench.
That shit was wild, boy. Buddy fell down the stairs, and they immediately gave him. He really was the captain now, man.
Facts.
And that's really like wild too. Like I say, I didn't realize that this movie came out in 2013 because that meme feels like it's been around for way longer than that, bro.
Facts. That's just crazy.
There's no way that shit started in 2013. A motherfucker saying I'm the captain now. I done heard that in battle rap bars fucking 10 years ago, bro. Like that shit is sick. Man.
To go back to the exchange of currency when it came to these situations. Whenever they first got on there, Captain Phillips was trying to just hand them off the 30 racks.
30 grand. He was like, it's 30 bands in the safe, bro. Just take this shit and go.
That shows how little he knows about the situation that he in. Cause Skinny laughed at it. I'm like, how the fuck he laughing at 30 racks? That's 30 racks. Y'all in a third world country.
Yeah.
But bro, they're getting M's off this shit. They're getting M's back to back every couple of months off of kidnapping people and taking ships.
But that's the thing I don't get, bro, is like if you hitting like consistent licks like that, bro, how are you still like this? How are you still in this squalor? You know what I'm saying? I understand.
They're not governing shit, bro. They're getting the money, spending it wherever they can.
I was about to say, bro, because like your clothes, one of them y'all don't even got shoes, bro. Like how you up millions of dollars and you can't afford no flip flops?
To give you a perspective on how they spend money, bro, a chopper over there go for $75.
Hell yeah, because they got a surplus over there. Like
that's insane. A chop for $75?
Hell yeah, like I say over there, like around that part of Africa and shit. That shit is a surplus of military weapons, bro. A lot of that shit is like because of America's dirty ass dealings back in the 60s and some more shit. So they just got like hella weapons over there, but like they don't got bread like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't got like food and amenities in that manner. So they like fuck it, huh? You give me a $75 chop, I bet I'll make a way to eat.
And that's exactly what they doing, bro. They going out here. I'm coming from a soldier's perspective. We got MREs that we got to stuff in our pocket and we chew on that during the day. These motherfuckers is eating fucking sugar cane, bro. Raw sugar cane, little blades of grass and shit, little basil and shit like that. That's what they using to eat while they on these missions and shit, bro. These niggas is tough for real.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also,
bro.
I'm sorry. I want to go to more on Skinny's character. At the bottom here, for the background picture, I have a comparison to what the real Skinny looked like.
I did. I Googled. I had to Google. Like, I was like, what does he look like in regular life?
Bruh, they found the perfect nigga to play this nigga, bruh. The perfect nigga. And he studied him so well. It's pictures of him being walked in the same little garb that he wearing, smiling, in handcuffs while being walked by the feds, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say he's only like halfway through his sentence at this point.
So, like, up next to Tom Hanks, that's the real Captain Phillips?
Yeah, that's
Buddy looked like Steven Spielberg and shit.
Crazy.
That motherfucker, man. Like, hey, but he got active. Well, not as much as a movie would suggest, but he got active, I guess,
That was another thing, speaking of getting active. So whenever Skinny was down there in the engine room by himself after his boy stepped on the glass and Captain Phillips walked him back up there, they jumped him. But in the movie, they showed the whole crew jump him. Yep. Bro, it was two brave souls in real life that jumped this nigga, and they was about to poke his dumb ass up. They was like, if we poke him up now, we ain't gonna be able to get our captain. So that's when they figured out the plan to go.
And that's like that was a thought I had, like split second for a minute, because I was looking, I'm like, man, you got a knife on this. Somebody else had a fucking a pistol, bro. Like y'all
they
got
took his pistol from him
on this motherfucker, bro. Like y'all got. Well, why are we not just smoking, buddy? And I was like, well, I guess they wanted to, go get their captain back and whatever. But I'm like, at that point, you got one pistol and a knife, bro. You not winning that firefight. You know,
I tell you what, for it to be 7 niggas to jump on him, one of them had a knife. They managed to get the handgun from him. It still took a little minute for them to get this skinny motherfucker down. I don't know if that's a testament to how strong he is or his fucking willpower, but they struggled
I was
like a
about to
bitch to
say,
get in
bro,
there.
this is a raised in, you know, struggled Somalian pirate versus some fucking union boat worker and shit, man.
Nigga
Like
said
this
I
shit
ain't going.
from Pittsburgh or something. Like that shit's not the same. But yeah, like you know, overall, you know, the main bad guy, you know, Skinny, I think that he played his role very well and whatnot, because like in the beginning it almost like you almost look at it like he's not just inherently the bad guy, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like he come into the situation and he's like, hey, I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro, we just need what we need, we not gonna hurt nobody and shit, you know what I'm saying? But like you coming with us, you know, and like where the rest of your people at? And then I feel like after like the fuckery, you know, starts to happen and whatnot, Captain Phillips over there playing dumb and shit. He's like, oh man, this is just bad luck. And this and that. He's like, all right, bro, I'm getting real sick of this shit. And
Bro,
then they get him on the
you acting
boat.
like I ain't been doing this, bro. Like I've been doing this since I was
Yeah, bro,
fucking 15.
it's randomly a pile of glass on the floor and Buddy ain't wearing no shoes. Do you think
If
that
we
that's
still ain't found the rest of your crew yet, you want me to
yeah,
believe
we
that
done
one
walked to the mess
that
hall, we
one
done walked up and down the decks, like
you want me to believe that one, it's only 4 of y'all on this big ass ship.
mm-hmm.
2, they not listening to their captain. And 3, just so happened that when we walk in a dark room, my man step on some glass. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
It's
he
a
was
ship.
sick of that shit, man. Buddy was
Half of y'all job is to keep this motherfucker clean, to keep that type of shit from happening. Y'all must think I'm stupid or something.
Yeah, Buddy was fed the fuck up. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I ain't gonna lie. I definitely thought somebody was gonna get popped at one point. At a couple of different points. Tall dude, I don't remember his name, but that nigga was on 10 the whole time. He was like, bro, I'm not
Oh yeah,
playing this
Buddy,
shit.
that's the one that was firing the chop in the air at the top of the ship.
Yeah,
I'm
bro,
like,
that
bro,
nigga
you
was
a bold
not
motherfucker.
going.
You shooting directly in the sky, dog. Like,
Bro, that nigga was not going, bro. It was like, I'm tired of this fucking around, this playing and shit. Y'all playing us like we stupid. Give us the fucking money. Do what we fucking say, or I'm airing somebody, bro.
I don't know, man. Like I say, did this shit right here. I remember, hey, that was one thing I wanted to address, Roots. You know, our friend Puos said that this would qualify as like a black ass movie. Like, what do you agree, or like what you?
No, who else is full of shit? This don't make no sense. I'm not gonna speak on my people illy, but I doubt that a lot of us have seen this. Just to be honest,
Is this a white
we are
savior
not the
movie?
ones. No, because I mean, a bunch of niggas died, so I don't know if this is a white savior movie.
Well, I'm about to say it's the white savior saving himself. Like,
Yeah, the white savior saved the
getting
white
saved.
man.
Actually, he ain't even saved himself. Like, he
Yeah,
got saved.
he tried to save him. The young one, he just, hey, bro, just put the gun down, just jump out, bro. And I fully believe that's why he kind of picked on him. He was kind of hoping that the boy would swim with him to the boat whenever he jumped out, which that shit was hilarious. Nigga said, hey, bro, I gotta pee. Nigga said, oh, I gotta pee too. What he said? He said something like that salt water would be good for your foot, and pushed his ass in there and jumped in the water behind him.
That was the first thing I was thinking too. I was like, boy, I bet that shit burned like a bitch. Like,
hell yeah.
Man. But yeah, like motherfucker just out there, like, I don't know, man, jumping in the fucking water. You in the middle of the ocean, bro. Like, I don't think you know, like people vastly underestimate, like swimming a pool distance takes a good amount of time. And like motherfuckers who do that shit, if you not properly prepared, you be tired, bro. Motherfuckers vastly underestimate how difficult it is to swim in the actual ocean. And then like realize that whenever you get tired, bro, you're gonna drown. Like, you know, you're gonna end up like
even trying to stay still and stay afloat takes a lot of energy.
Yep. That's why I don't like. I always be, you know, pause if necessary, but I always be like looking at that shit. I'm like, I don't understand, man. Motherfuckers like drown, bro. Just lay on your back in the water and shit. You'll float. Like,
yeah, nah, that couldn't have been me, bro. I'd have did exactly what they said. Sit in seat 15 with this orange Navy suit shirt on and just wait for y'all to do y'all job. I'm not
I'm
about to
about
try
to
to
say,
do nothing in here, bro.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro, because I don't like, in a lot of scenarios, I feel like, I could get active in this scenario. Like, what am I doing it for? You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like,
you got
by
crazy
all
Somalians with chops on you. What do
I
you
was about to
do?
say, bro, and they said that they don't even want to kill me. They want some money from the government, and the government been paying, bro. So
Nice.
all I gotta do is just chill out and wait a little bit, and motherfuckers gonna like pay a bag and get me back. Like I don't.
He wouldn't have lost nothing, bro. He wouldn't have lost shit. As soon
Hell,
as they got on, look, bro. Hey, look. It's a motherfucking a little, what's it called? A dinghy. It's a
uh huh.
dinghy out there. Let me get me and my people on the dinghy. Y'all can have this motherfucker.
I was about to say, and beyond that, bro, like I don't know, man. Like I just don't feel like you antagonizing the situation is just more liable for you to get smoked, bro. I get done with this shit, I'm going back, like to America or whatever. They gonna pay, and then I'm probably never gonna have to step foot on a boat again in my life, bro.
You want to hear something crazy about that?
Oh man, don't tell me he went back.
Bruh, I want to say a little, like, hold on. This shit happened in like April of 2009. He was back at sea in July 2010.
Boy, that's a sick motherfucker, boy. That
Sick as hell.
motherfucker. Yeah, like he is an addict. He is like he is not. He is almost pervert level, bro.
That nigga got an addiction, bro.
That shit, I'm not,
Either
bro.
that or the benefits wasn't kicking like that.
I'm about to say, bro. Like I understand, like yeah, I gotta pay for my family and this and that, bro. Like I'm
Nigga,
you getting on that bitch, and I'm telling you here, bro. Hey, here's the phone. Maybe they'll pick up for you. They don't pick up for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
I swear to God, I wouldn't be at nowhere near I won't be a lifeguard at that point no more, bro. I'm good. I'm good on all this shit. I'll go work a fucking greeter job at Walmart before I set foot on another fucking boat.
telling you, man, it's like working in a plant or some shit, and something blow up, and you almost die and shit. You get back right, and you decide to go back in the environment. Like I'm not fucking with
Nope.
that, bro. Let me
Nope.
just go. Let me work at Taco Bell. Like I'm good.
Swear to God, I'll get a management position anywhere with my credentials, my nigga.
Fuck. But I don't know. Like this movie doesn't have a whole lot of complexity to it, so I don't feel like
Right.
there's a huge need to like talk about like because it's there's not many huge standout scenes.
Right.
It's a journey. This is a movie it takes you on a journey and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like you are watching not for big moments, but to see a character arc and
Yeah.
the resolution of some like story bits.
Yeah, just to watch a situation and how it played out.
And
And
that's
for it
that
to
is
be
because
based
it's a
off of a real
documentary.
thing, right? For it to be based off of a real thing, you can't really expect it to vary much from the real story. You know what I'm saying? So if you were looking for some huge gunfight or some boomy booms with some goddamn missiles or some shit,
Most you gonna
it's
get
not
is a
that type of movie.
motherfucker peeking their head out for air and getting popped.
Facts. Like that's pretty much it.
You know, and like I say, so we didn't spoil a lot of that shit. The end of the movie, they end up like getting Captain Phillips back, and he's blubbering like a bitch. He's out here all fucked up. He's so happy to be, alive and safe and shit. And that's really how the movie ends. You know what I'm saying? Like it just ends with his safety, and you don't get to see what happened afterwards. I don't know if that's a product of like them rushing to make the movie happen, or if
Mm,
it's just the way that it should end. But I think it might have been nice if like they did. I mean, I don't know how his family ended up in real life, but
yeah.
you put like a scene where he get back to his family and shit, and like have that resolution. But that's just like a minor nitpick, I thought.
Well, usually in movies like this, where it's like a war movie or some type of catastrophe, you don't really get a chance to see the aftermath like that. It just ends. Like
Yep.
I think back to Fury.
Yeah, that's what
It
I was
just
just
ended
thinking.
with dude escaping, and that's it.
Yep.
So overall, I think this is we can go ahead and get the final thoughts and ratings at this point. Overall, I think this was a really good movie. My wife, I watched it with my wife, and she asked me like, "What would I rate this?" As soon as we got done watching it, and I wasn't sure at first, But thinking back on it now, I don't have that many problems with this movie. You know, like even down to the inaccuracies of certain things that happen in comparison to what happened in the movie. Hollywood gonna do their Hollywood shit. You know, so I'm not tripping off that too much. I look at that the same way that I look at movies that are based off of comic books. I don't expect it to follow the blueprint to the fucking T. As long as y'all don't do no dumb shit and y'all give me a good movie, I'm cool. And this wasn't a whole lot of dumb shit, and I got a good movie. So I have absolutely no problem giving this a 10.
All right. First things first, we talked about it. This shit has been late. I've had so much fucking going on. I've been trying to make some time to watch this movie and shit, But, and this, like, I really had some shit going on. So, like, it wasn't that I was, like, pushing this bitch back because I didn't think I would like the movie. But I did not go into this thinking that I was going to be that interested in the movie, honestly. It's just not my type of bag. And, like, it surprised me, man. I think that that's really like the biggest takeaway that I have of this is that like it was a good suspense movie. It had good acting. Is it like my favorite? No, but I think that it was a very solid movie. I think that the central two characters that we care about within the movie both delivered upon their role, and the rest of it just kind of serves, like I say, to not have any flashy scenes, but it's just you're watching a story unfold. My patience is a bit it's a bit more difficult to maintain my interest over, because this is, I've said it before, this is over a 2 hour movie. This is like 2 hours 14 minutes or something. The long movies, I said the same thing with Aliens and shit. It takes something to make sure that I watch through. But this was a solid story told all the way through, and for it to be based off of a true story that is a documentary, I think that kind of increases my rating for it. I'm probably gonna give it like an 8 out of 10. I wouldn't rush to see this bitch again, but if it came up in conversation, I would say good things about it to people who might potentially want to watch it. And like I say, the negative things that I have to say about it are just choices that I would have made, and my preferences as a movie watcher. So that it's not an indictment upon the movie itself.
All right, bet. So with that being said, and yes, we're counting this, motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck if it's 2 people here or not. That gives Captain Phillips a 9 in the books. KTL, do you have your pick? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I had to kind of pick on the fly, man. But when we started this shit, I didn't have a movie in mind. I got a whole list to look through, but I think it's about that time, Roots, man.
Okay.
Because I don't think we've had a lot of shit on this podcast, but something we ain't had in a minute, I don't think, is just some good comedy, some good wholesome family comedy.
Bet.
Something you can watch with your whole family. So give me 1 second. I'm about to send you on Discord. I'm about to send you the picture. And we're good. We're about to go back to 2004, man.
Oh shit.
We got Matthew Lillard. We got Dax Shepard. We got Seth Green, man. The white people classic, as it would be called in the Discord circles, man. 2004's Without a Paddle, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, just like this is like an all-timer type movie to me. I'm interested to see if we can actually get anybody to pull up on the podcast this Friday to watch this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And talk about this motherfucker, but I don't care. I'm finna be on this bitch. Oh boy, I got some riffs for this shit.
Nah, what's crazy? I used to watch this movie on repeat.
So many times, bro. It used to come on Comedy Central all the fucking time, bro.
And this whole funny, bro. I don't care what nobody says.
I was about to say, this is a 20-year-old movie. We gonna see if the laughs, are maintained. But I've seen it, a lot of times, even as a grown man before, So it's been it's probably been at least a couple years since I saw the whole movie. But I'm interested.
This shit has definitely come up every once in a while, whether it be on like, I don't know, Max or fucking Netflix or whatever it is. And lately I don't pick it just because I've watched it so many times, not because it's gotten old or not just because it's like bad or it hasn't aged well. bro. But according to me and my memory, this shit is hilarious.
Lights Out Television hating in the comments. Shout out to bro. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care.
But he said he want to watch somebody put their dick in a pie instead. You know, we ain't got none of that here, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm cool.
I'm a sneak peek into the podcast for next week. This is the movie, like, you know, I watched the Scooby-Doo movie and whatnot, but this is the movie I most associate Matthew Lillard with. Like, because of this, like, because I wasn't, you know, I didn't grow up watching Scream, you know, to see him in that bitch, or like, you know, the other shit that he did. This shit is, you know, this is like, I think that this movie really made all three of these guys to me, but specifically him, you know, pause if necessary. So next week, man, Without a Paddle. Huh?
You said this is 2004?
Hell yeah.
This is definitely the come up for Seth Green.
Yeah, because like at that point, I think like he had just started doing like Robot Chicken and Family Guy and shit around that time, you know. But he didn't have like many live action roles.
Yeah, nah, this gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one. Hopefully, we get the rest of the gang to pull up. No way this made. No way this made it. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. And so he says Scooby Doo. He says Scream, and then he says this.
Yeah, because other than that, it's like 13.
Yeah, like what else?
And Ghoulies and shit.
Yeah, like I'm not picking those out to say that's what made them.
Yeah,
I'm only picking between those three of Scooby Doo, Scream, and this. So I mean, I ain't got no problem with it. I'm fucking with it. Hopefully, we can get the gang to pull up to watch to review this one. If we do, we might have a crash out episode. I see it coming. But yeah, man. We appreciate y'all pulling up. We appreciate y'all continuing to subscribe. We passed 300. I think, what was it, last week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we passed.
We're at like 307, I believe.
Hold on, bro. Matthew Lillard had the hoes back in the day.
Bro, Scooby-Doo didn't come out more than about 2 years before this, if that, bro. Like this was all in the same like era. And Scream definitely was only out like in the early 2000s. Like that Scream.
Maybe 99.
Yeah, I'm about to say it might have been 99, but like it was all.
This is all in the same span of 5 years, bro. Like it's okay. Like that's it's okay to say that this is.
Hey Roots, that run of Matthew Lillard happened in the same time it took them to like have this shit happen to Captain Phillips, then make a movie about it. Like
yeah. So I mean. But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all pulling up. We appreciate y'all supporting. Continue to support. Like, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hey, man, the disproportionate of how many new people see our shit and how many people that are subscribed that see our shit is extremely lopsided. I think it's like 97% or something like that. So, one, I mean, if we're not making good enough content to subscribe, I can understand that. That's cool. I'm fine with that. But for one, if you're subscribed and you don't have the notification bell turned on, you fucking up. That means you missing this, you missing the crash courses, you missing the gaming stuff, you missing all of what we do, and you catching it on
Nostalgia
the back.
Glasses is back.
Nostalgia Glasses is back. We going through a little copyright dispute right now, but we're gonna handle that. Don't worry about it. If anything, I'll pull it back down, chop it up a little bit, re-release it, and it's still gonna go crazy, just like the other 3 episodes did. So y'all make sure y'all have that notification bell turned on, like the video, comment in the video. We're always open to suggestions. Join the Discord, man. We appreciate y'all for watching. Peace.
Y'all pull up Friday, man. We gonna run this bitch Friday. We gonna try to, like I say, me and Roots been talking about this shit. If nothing else, we probably gonna try to run some, extra episodes to catch up that way. The 2-year anniversary fall on movie 104.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna try to get this bitch back right. Also, Crash Course coming soon. The guys say they watching the Ocean series and shit. Y'all pull up for that. It's gonna be a lot of content. Starting to feel real Aprilish around this bitch, man.
Hell yeah.